Gentlemen, welcome back. The KFL returns. Football is back in full swing. So after a summer on the couch wondering what you could have done wrong or how the trophy should have been yours, we all come back to fight for the Jospa in a whole new year again from the couch. So it's a very special year for the KFL. It's the year before our 5th anniversary, so I'm sure we'll all be celebrating that all year long. Plus, we got a lot of changes that happened in the offseason that I think are going to affect the year, and it brings up a lot of questions. For example, we got a new schedule this year. You're going to be playing more divisional games beginning and end of the season, so you got to come out of your division and make the playoffs. Is this going to prove that the commish is an absolute genius, or that he's a moron and an idiot and just doesn't know what he's doing? Only time is going to tell. You know, we'll have to wait and see. The separation of Timmy and Scotty. I know a lot of you have heard about that. They've separated. It's a very sad situation, but we're going to finally find out, who is the one that was actually running a decent fantasy football team in there. Was somebody, I always suspected that somebody was doing somebody else's work. We're going to finally find out who knows what they're talking about and which one was holding the other back. We're going to find that out. It's very exciting. I think the most important question that we'll find out this year is, are we a league of top-heavy giants where Randy and John and Kyle and even Tony are the big winners? They get all the big victories, and then everybody else kind of scraps around for whatever wins you can get? Or is somebody going to finally step up and make a run deep into the playoffs? The answer to that question is yes, it will be me, so you don't have to worry about that question so much. We got individual interest, too. I'm going to be watching specific teams this year, specific guys, to see what we learned throughout the season. We started with Tony. Tony had a great rookie season. Is he going to fall victim to a sophomore slump? Is he going to be able to repeat with the fantastic play that he had in his rookie year? Randy, if Randy three-peats this year, I am almost positive that his head will explode under the weight of his own ego. I am almost certain that that is the case, and I'd like to see if I can be proven right. Is the commissioner going to continue to cheat at such a brazen and unapologetic way as is evidenced by his record last year? Or is he going to learn to be a little bit more subtle about it? Maybe he's not, only loses 2 games. Maybe he loses a whole 3 or 4 games this year. We'll have to wait and see. Who else? Kevy. Is Kevy going to set a full lineup this year? Full season. Is it possible? Does he do 3 games? Does he do 7 games? If he does a full season, how good can Kevy be? And I'm going to be watching you, Kev, to find out what you do. Terry, TJ, will operating from a different time zone continue to make you fall victim to bad drafting and poor roster choices? I have to assume that's what's been going on, because you're the only one playing in the East, and your play has just been absolutely horrible. So you got like a little East Coast screw up going on out there. I have to assume. Matt Miller, will Matt Miller do anything that makes me talk about him in these videos this year? We'll see. Me, even me, man. Will my play on the field overshadow my fantastic videos this year for the first time? I'm hopeful, but these videos are pretty cool, so I understand if it doesn't happen, Matt Noor, how many top 10 fantasy players will Matt Noor make ride his bench this year just to prove a point? He set a precedent last year. I want to see how much he follows through on it this next season. Brian, will he be more interesting in his fantasy team, or will he be more interested in the Packers? I can never tell with him. We'll have to wait and see if he's more interested in the pro team or his fantasy. And Kyle, will Kyle get in any way involved in trash talk this year? I'd love to see Kyle on the message boards a little bit this year at all. And all the rest of the guys that we haven't talked about. I think I'm just really excited to see what happens. It's going to be a great year. And in all seriousness, guys, this is a very exciting time. This is the last time I will be in all seriousness, but I want to wish everybody luck. It's a good year. Let's make it a good one. Let's be exciting. Draft starts tomorrow. Let's go KFL. See you next week. Mana mana.